ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. What can we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say, you know me, I got no time to waste. Type of energy that can't be replaced, no debate. We could take it back to my place. I can turn around, let me show you how it tastes, yeah. A baller, mind on the dollar. Swallowing the bottle while you're smoking on gelato. Now do you need some of that no-no? Just tell me that you're coming through. What can we ever bounce? What can we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. What can we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. What can we ever bounce on the rhythm? What can we ever
Since 1991, birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Good morning, fellas. How are we doing today? Bro, Shizu took the words out of my mouth when he said, why is the Chikorita trying to bob into the music? Why is she kind of jamming to it? I couldn't agree more, fellas. What's up? Good morning, good morning. How are we doing today? My name is Patrouski. Welcome to the PokeMMO Stream Recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, information, discussion, community, what's happening inside the PokeMMO community, what are people up to. Let's go ahead and jump into it. First things first, we have a catch event today. We have a ton of catch events, 3 catch events this one weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm calling it the big catch event weekend, dude. It's pretty crazy. It's back to back to back. So there's this Chikorita catch event today. If you're watching the live stream, yesterday if you're watching the stream recap, don't worry. If you're watching the recap, there are upcoming catch events plenty for you. This one is on the 21st of November at 12, noon ET at Route 31 in Johto. It should be a pretty good catch event to throw either synchronized Pokemon and Nest Ball, or even just Fall Swipe Pokeball. I might be Fall Swipe Pokeball in all of the Bellsprouts in this event just to save some Pokeyen on my Ironman account because I've been broke as hell. You have 1 hour to catch as many Chikorita and Bellsprout as possible. If you're trying to win the event, you actually don't want to pop Lauren. You don't want to catch Chikoritas. It's just going to waste too much time, even though there are cool Pokemon. If you want to have fun and catch some Chikoritas along the way during the event, do whatever you have fun with, right? Nature bonuses are +3 for Jolly, -3 for Timid. And the prize is just a non-shiny gift Chikorita, potentially 6 times 31. Next up is the Trubbish catch event. This is tomorrow, or the 22nd of November at, once again, noon ET at Route 5 in Unova. Trubbish is +5, Solosis is +2, Gothita is 0, Minccino is -5. Your nature bonuses like +3 for Modest, +2 for Rash, and -5 for Adamant. There's a shiny here, a shiny Trubbish up for grabs. I love shiny Trubbish, shiny Garbodor, amazing Pokemon, +1000 RP, winning free RP right now in the middle of in between events during event season. One of the best time, might be the best time in Pokemon to win some free reward points. Next up, we have the Minun and Plusle catch event coming up on Sunday, the 23rd of November. This one's also at noon ET at Route 110 in Hoenn. Plusle's the only catchable Pokemon for this event, but the shiny prize is a shiny Minun, which is a beautiful shiny. I think Minun looks much better than Plusle, so I'm glad they did it in this kind of order. Now, that's the 3 catch events this weekend, the big 3, some might call them. Now, we also have something I want to work on and get better at over time. The PokeMMO Community Showcase. Shout out to Xanarchy and all my other Discord mods who have set this up in the Discord, where you can post, if you're a PokeMMO player, you can post, what have you achieved recently? What are you working on? And I really want it to be, you can do whatever you want. If you got a shiny you care about, put it in there, sure. I want it to be, really weird stuff, niche stuff. I want to see people's personality. I want to see goals that people care about, not because it makes the most Pokeyen, not because it's the most efficient or pragmatic or whatever, but because it's what brings them the most joy. I think it's a beautiful thing. So for example, we have this dad of 4. This guy's a fucking father to 4 kids. He took the hardest thing to do in the world and he did it 4 times, and he's still trying to play Pokemon when he can. He put in a few hundred hours over the past few months, and he got complete Pokedex and had a lot of success during the Halloween event. So I think this is the kind of accomplishment. It's got a story behind it, some lore behind it. Congrats to Corium, dude. Very, very cool accomplishments. And then next up, Iron Mental. I love seeing stories like this. Iron Mental, been playing an Iron Man account for the past, 4 months, has 800 hours, which is crazy. 800 hours in Iron Man, over 100,000 encounters dry. He has complete Pokedex, almost all legendary, almost all roaming legendaries, which is insane in that amount of time. And he surpassed his main account. This is like one of the coolest stories, is when people start playing Pokemon, they get a little bored, they want to try something else, they try Iron Man and find out that Iron Man is actually like the better game mode for them. They actually enjoy it more. I love stories like that. You saw it a lot in old school RuneScape when Iron Man came out. I think it's really fucking cool. So congrats to this guy, Iron Mental. I love people enjoying the Iron Man account. It's not for everybody. It takes a lot of time, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of beauty to it, because everything has to be earned for yourself. And next up, I'm honored to be able to introduce you guys to the GOAT of the Battle Palace. This is, I'm gonna call him, I know for a while, but like Shaman. This guy is fucking talented. Yeah, Q8 Altaria in Twitch chat. This guy, he talks about how he just clearly knows the Battle Palace and the Battle Frontier like more than anybody in the game. Look at all 4 of his accounts. The top 4 is all his accounts, and his win streak compared to the next person that isn't him is insane. The 93 win streak. Imagine first place being 93 and then second place is 61. That's the next player that isn't him. That's ludicrous. He is so ahead of the pack in terms of theory crafting and strategies when it comes to the Battle Frontier. I believe he has some YouTube videos about it and like some like explanations. It's a very detailed thing. It's really cool. This is someone who's learned a piece of content, has become an expert in a piece of content that most of us never even play. I've barely touched the Battle Frontier. I've AFK grinded there very casually for BP on the Iron Man account, but it's not something I really, deep dive into. But this guy has, and I find that very fucking cool. Next up, a bit of a sad story, a 2021 story, so it's been a few years. He's been able to sit on it for a bit, but it's still a crazy one to see. Shout out to Titan Jelly. This man lost a shiny Togepi 4 years ago to recoil damage. This thing threw up a takedown or whatever, double edge or whatever move it was, and it died to recoil damage. Not something you see every day. A very, very sad. And this was just back when you could be backseat and be like, oh my goodness, skill gap, he should have avoided this. Back in 2021, we just didn't know as much. We didn't know, oh yeah, you should bring a Spirit Tomb to every shiny hunt where there could be a double edge mon to avoid recoil. Like, we just didn't think about that stuff. Like, we just didn't think about, we didn't care as much, we didn't try as hard. The Pokemon community has come so far, and everybody's gotten so much better at the game. And it's just one of those things. Rest in peace to this Togepi, man. Just a sad thing to see. Next up, Iron Chastels on the PvP arc. It's always cool to see Iron Man hitting up the PvP ladder. It is so much harder to be an Iron Man, and to be, PvP is already hard enough in Pokemon, let alone having to go create all of your own Pokemon from scratch, right? Having to get all of your items. You see that life orb that he has? He would have had to grind BP for that. You see that heat rock his Ninetales has? He had to fucking go frisk thief Torkles to get that heat rock, right? That choice band, that air balloon. Do you know that air balloon's actually one of the most like valuable PvP resources on an Iron Man account, because you have to buy all air balloons with BP? Like, insane stuff you wouldn't normally think about. Like, air balloons are so cheap on a main account, This guy is 40 and 18. He is on an almost 70% win rate on an Iron Man account. 70% win rate on an Iron Man account. That's one of the craziest win rates I've seen. And I want to give credit, because he gives credit. He gives credit to, I believe, Smooch and Spidget, who he was inspired to take this team comp from. Which is, I'm a big fan of shouting out. I always say, like, I love Pokemon PvP. I can help people get into it a little bit, right? But if you want to get better, if you want to go anywhere beyond, I can help people. I can help introduce you to PvP. But if you want to do anything beyond an introduction, please go check out, you know, Smooge, Spidget, AFC Adino, all these other amazing PvP content creators that are doing really, really cool stuff. Because I'm just not an expert. I'm not an expert. I can't take you that far on it, right? So this is just insane. 70% win rate in PvP is just ridiculous. He got himself the Conkeldurr, which the Conkeldurr is one of the coolest rewards on the Ironman account. This is, I mean, this guy's got to be one of the best, if not the, like, top five Ironman PvPers, I would say, if not the best. It's so up there, man. It's so impressive. Congrats to Chassels. And then they were the sub, aim and turn, by the way. Next up, this comes from Vanilla in game. I believe their Discord name was Awoo. This is a really insane accomplishment. This person started playing PokeMMO about 1 month ago. Look at their fucking start date. October 19th. About 1 month ago. They have 361 hours played. They have complete Pokedex. They beat all the raids during Halloween. They beat Cresselia. They beat Heatran. All of these Pokemon they're showing off are all their OT raid Pokemon. This person has been playing for less than, or like about 1 month. About 1 month, and has OT Raid, Ninetales, Murkrow, Cresselia, Typhlosion, Heatran, Torkoal, Rotomwash, another second Typhlosion, Zapdos, Frostlass, Raichu, Starmie, Mamoswine, Darmanitan, Volcarona, Mienshao, Gallade, Chandelure, Primeape, Shiftry, Kingdra, Weavile, Melodic, Minun, Plusle, Octillery, Empoleon, Blissey, Whimsicott, Ampharos, Tyranitar, Bisharp, Medicham, Crocodile, fucking Pelipper, fucking Nidoking. Like, if you put PokeMMO as a game that rewards your time, where if you put in the work you will get like benefits, and like this is insane. This is just insane levels of progression in such a short period of time. This is really, really impressive from a true gamer. So that is our community accomplishments. If you want to share your own, put it up in the Discord. I would love to talk about what people, the hard workers of the game who, you know, aren't online creating drama or doing dumb shit, just playing the game, having fun, doing what they love, show it off in my Discord, link in the description. Let's go ahead and jump into actually playing some PokeMMO today. We have that catch event today. Wish me luck, fellas, and good luck on whatever grinds you're doing today while watching this on your second monitor. I see you. I know what you're doing. Good luck. Have fun. GG's. Let's jump into it. Thanks for watching. Whew. Ada Taco. I actually meant to include that. Did he get? Let me see. Did his message get? Fuck. I meant to include that unironically, because I goat reacted it. Here, we'll add it on. We'll add it on in a sec. Hopefully no F. No F, bro. I've been effing a lot on stream memers, so I think we're good. This is stream recap 415. Let me get a PokeMMO stream. Excuse me. Recap 415, move that over. On stream. Oh, I know, Tom, on stream. Could you believe it? It's crazy, dude. And I'm getting away with it. Unbelievable. Okay. 12 hours a day. Dude, some people, you know, whatever your lifestyle is, if you can do it healthily, more power to you, man. All right, fellas. All right, fellas, we have an alpha bayonet today on the Ironman account. I went ahead and got into the encounter so it wouldn't disappear. I think it's despawned by now, so I have to be very careful and make sure I actually catch this appropriately and properly. Let's go ahead and get our Smeargle soak this thing. We have this to catch, and then in about 18 minutes, we have a big catch event today, the Bellsprout / Chikorita catch event over in Johto. It's the big catch event weekend. There are 3 catch events there's one on Friday, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. I'm probably going to do about 2 of them. That's the goal, but it's going to be a big catch event weekend. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Catch events, if you have access to the region digit, are extremely worth doing for new players, in my opinion. Catch events are like, in my opinion, catch events are, how do I say this? Now, if you're a new player, don't do the expensive strats. Don't nest ball, don't quick ball, don't do stuff like that. But if you just have like a false swipe Pokemon, false swipe, like this is a great event. You can just I'm probably going to false swipe Pokeball this event, you know? It's happened like a handful of times, tech. It's very, very, very rare. I'll explain why in one sec. Yo, Pat, did you ever hear of anyone getting a shiny from the Celadon City Casino? It happens. It's very rare. It's probably happened 5 or 10 times, like less than that maybe. The reason it doesn't really happen anymore. It used to happen a lot more, and the reason why was because back in the day, that was the only way to get certain Pokemon. So for example, dude, we used to buy Dratinis from the Celadon City Casino because that was the best way to consistently get Dratinis. Yes, you could fish them in the Safari Zone in Kanto with a Super Rod, but it was so rare and so hard to catch, it was literally more consistent to just buy them from the casino. And then secondly to that, Porygon, the only way, literally the only way to get Porygon in Pokemon back in 2013, 2014, 2015-ish was to get it from the casino. That was it. So that was the only way you could get wild Porygons. The cheapest Porygon would be like 40k, 60k back then. And then you'd have to shiny hunt Porygon by just buying them from the casino. It's an insane, you don't see it nowadays. We don't have that, you don't see that as much, right? I kind of miss the days. That honestly is one thing. I don't know if we'll ever get back to that, and I'm curious the community's thoughts. I miss the days of Pokemon having a good base value. We don't really have that anymore. For example, like all starter Pokemon, and they tried to keep it with like lures. Some things are worth like a few thousand Pokeyen, right? I mean, some things still have some value. Like Squirtles are like 3k, but like Squirtles used to be like 15k minimum, right? What are Porygons these days? Porygons, there's a cheap one if you want to flip it really quick, but like Porygons are probably one of your better mons that holds some base value, like 8,000 Pokeyen per Porygon. That's like pretty good, but even then, like it's much cheaper than what like Porygon used to be a year or two ago. 20k base price, 25k base price, unless there was like a swarm. To be fair, maybe there was a swarm. Look at all these. To be fair, look at this. All these listed 23 minutes ago. It's a good indicator of there probably was just a swarm. Maybe Porygon's price is actually still holding at like a 20k price range. Yeah, but they're all just like caught from, well, these are for 18 hours ago, so it's probably not, probably like a 9k price range. So yeah, I kind of miss the days of when just getting a certain species was hard. You know, I feel like we've made things so much easier in Pokemon over the years. And I can talk about that. I'll probably talk about that at some point today, because there's a big misconception recently that Pokemon only nerfs things, and that is objectively a misconception, and I'll explain why. I'm just gonna I'll do it now, because otherwise people are, you know, that'd be upset. It'd be annoying if I was watching the video. It'd be annoying to like tease it and then not explain it. So a big misconception I've seen recently is people saying like, oh, Pokemon only nerfs things. They nerfed the netball change. They've been nerfing Jimmy runs recently, right? They nerfed what else? They've nerfed a few things recently. The problem is, it depends on when you started playing the game, and it all comes down to your anecdotal perception, right? I've been playing this game for a long time. For my perception, back in 2020, 2021, the reality is Jimmy runs back in 2021 used to make 150,000 Pokeyen per hour. Back in 2021, that was the best strat. And then in 2022 or 2021 they made 150k. Later in 2021 they go from like 150 to 180k, right? And then in 2022 we start seeing 200k plus Pokeyen per hour strats. And then in like same in 2022 we go from like 200k to 220 to 240, and then in like 2023 we break the like 250k plus barrier of profit. We get up to like 260, 280. Over the years we kept seeing all these buffs, all these changes, player advancements, as well as things like the teleporters being added, as well as things like custom strings getting better, as well as things like Control Z, and like all these things being developed and utilized. There were all these buffs for years and years and years in Pokemon. Richest Charms getting cheaper for a bit. There were all these buffs that took Jimmy runs from 150k to 180k to 220 to 240 to 260 to 280 to 300 to 350 to 400 to 450. Like at peak Jimmy runs were making like 450,000 Pokeyen an hour. And now they've nerfed them back down a bit, and the players are really upset. And I understand, because when you have something and you change, you take it away, it's hard. I get it. But you also have to understand the perspective of, it's not that we're just nerfing things. It's that we're nerfing right now, and it's tough. If you're a newer player, it's a tough thing to swallow. I get it. I empathize, right? We're nerfing a lot of things that were broken for too long is kind of the problem. And there's still good critiques there of like, and I'm guessing if we're nerfing things like that, and once again, the Jimmy run nerf recently was an 8% nerf only if you use Control Z. If you don't use Control Z, there was no nerf for you. If you didn't even, which most players don't use Control Z, if you don't use Control Z, there was no changes to your Jimmy run. It was not nerfed at all. And a lot of people, I don't like the fear mongering of like, devs are nerfing everything, they're nerfing all the free-to-play player strats, blah 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 blah. Like, that's just factually not true. They're nerfing some things by 8% after they were buffed by hundreds of percent for years. We cannot be afraid of the word. I notice a lot of new players afraid of the word nerf, right? Whereas nerfs are done to help the game the same way that buffs are done to help the game. Nerfs are not bad and buffs are not good. They're both neutral. They both could be good or could be bad depending on what they do. Another good example is the netball change. This was a huge misunderstanding. Is that netball was like always the way it was, and then it got nerfed. Netball got nerfed and it ruined ditto farming, blah blah blah. No, netball 4 years ago was a pretty useless Pokeball. It was sometimes used in water fights, yada yada yada. And then they changed it. They changed netball so that it would work with soak, or I think they already did. They upped netball's catch rate to 3.5 times. I think it previously did work with soak, but it was like netball was like a 2.5 times catch rate, so there was never a reason to do it, right? So they upped netball's catch rate. They changed a bunch of the Pokeballs. They buffed netball in like 2023, 2022, I want to say, one of those years. They buffed netball, and the buff was so broken they had to kind of revert it or re-nerf it. And then the post-nerf netball was still stronger than the original netball. So what happened was they buffed netball. It was blatantly broken. Everybody knew from like day one. I told people 8 months ahead of time this ball will get nerfed. It took them too long to nerf it, but I thought it will get nerfed. It's so busted. Right now the metagame is you want a diverse Pokeball metagame. And at the time, the metagame was soak, False Swipe, Spore, Netball, every Pokemon in the entire game. There was no diversity. You would never decide, oh, this is a Lola. I'm gonna Nest Ball. I'm gonna Quick Ball. No. Netball. Netball was so busted. You would always Netball, which is not engaging gameplay. But players got used to it because it was so easy. It was so broken from a personal player perspective, but it wasn't healthy for the game. And I don't like players who want things that are broken and like beneficial for them, but like bad for the game and hurt tons of people. I don't empathize with that at all, unfortunately, for better or for worse. So I'm driving from this alpha catch. So netball got buffed. It was so broken, and then a bunch of people started playing in the middle in that period, and then it got nerfed. And a bunch of players are like, "What the hell? I love netball. It got nerfed." Well, it got nerfed after because it got buffed because it was so broken. But a lot of new players didn't see the buff, so they have this like this perception thing, right? This problem of like, if you don't know the history of Pokemon, you don't always know why something is the case or what's happening. So it's this tough. And how could you know without someone explaining it to you, the history? So there's that situation. There's been a lot of situations like that, like the gym reruns, the netballs, where things have been buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed. And then we finally nerf because the economy's out of line, or like, you know, ditto catching is crazy, or like there's problems with the economy, and everybody's like upset about the nerfs. And it's like we had to nerf things because they were so busted. And then and it's hurting the economy. A big thing I talk about is nerfing alphas, and the player base is really upset. Not every, some people are so upset right now. One of my top voted comments, recently on a video of mine was, "Stop nerfing everything. Nerfs are bad. Stop blah blah blah." And it's like, no, nerfs aren't bad. You fundamentally misunderstand what a nerf is and how that works. If you hear the word nerf and you think it's bad for the players, you need to like reanalyze things from a ground perspective. Like, that's not how that works at all. It could be a bad thing, it could be a good thing depending on the change, right? Buffs and nerfs are not bad and good. It's a neutral thing that is dependent on the change. If something gets buffed, imagine they buff gym reruns to 1 million Pokeyen per hour, and then all of a sudden everything just inflates in price to correlate with that. So there's no change. There's no change / it's a negative change because now your Pokeyen you had prior to the update is worth less, right? That's a buff, but it's a hugely negative change to the economy, right? Imagine we nerf alphas, and yes, it lowers the value or lowers the price of alphas, but then it raises the price of every other Pokemon, raises the price of Dittos, raises the price of 1x31s. Now we bring back catching for profit into the economy, bring back new player money making methods. Right now in the game, there are almost no new player money making methods because we've destroyed them with things like alphas, too many good IV Mons, too much deflation, too many good IV Mons coming in from mysterious balls, alphas, too many 2x31s, things like that. We have to nerf things to get the economy under control, and a lot of people hear the word nerf and they like get scared, and that's not, you can't let buzzwords have that much control over you. Not that we're gonna do at the end of the day, but like, yeah, that's about, hopefully this logically makes sense and explained to people why. Like, don't be afraid of nerfs, please, as a casual or anything. Like, nerfs could be an amazing something could get nerfed and you could go from making 200k Pokeyen average to 300k. It's not, nerf does not mean bad or make your experience harder. It just means a change that is going to make something in less power. When you make something else less powerful, it brings everything else in line or allows other things to flourish. That's the point of a nerf. Hopefully this makes sense. I've seen a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misinformation, a lot of fear mongering in the Pokemon community recently that I wanted to clarify with that. Hopefully that that clears some things up. Whew. It's a good question. I think if any ball were to see a nerf, it might be Timer Ball, but I think Timer Ball is pretty balanced. I think it's fine right now. I could see it. I think the Pokeball metagame is really healthy. I don't think the Pokeball metagame needs... Oh, what's it called? What was I doing this fight? I need to get over to the catch event as well in like 7 minutes. I'm getting distracted. It's a great time to start the game, in my opinion. That's not what a nerf is. Tell me what you think a nerf is, DR. I'm curious. Maybe I'm wrong. Teach me. Hyper potion. We're gonna do this and then switch. What's up, Gemini? I'm doing pretty good. I'm okay. There's a lot to do. I'm a little stressed. There's a lot to do today, but that's okay. You know, that's not so bad. We have 7 minutes to catch this out. 6 minutes to catch this alpha. This is gonna become tight. Already put the okay. Can I get a locked in on this alpha really quick? The achievement showcase. I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. I think it's a fantastic time to start Pokemon because you have time right now to prepare for the upcoming Christmas event, right? Like now is the time. You want to start now and not during Christmas. If you start during Christmas, you're going to be behind. You're not going to have preparation. You're not going to have raid mons, all these things, you know? After speaking to them, yeah. It's just buffs and nerfs have to happen. Like the reason you buff and nerf something is to create a better experience. I don't like this victim complex Andy mentality of like, oh, if I'm a person who plays video games, if the devs nerf something, it just means they're out to get me. Like that's just not logically, that makes no sense. Why would the devs want to do that? The devs want to make the best game possible, and sometimes they make mistakes along the way. Don't get me wrong. Sub here. Trial and error, yeah, absolutely. I feel like I'm running into a lot of people who like fundamentally don't understand the basics of like game design or the basics of like economy, who are then arguing for these things in the comments. It's what I always say, like ignorance and arrogance is like taking over the world, and it's one of the scariest things. Like people who know like people who don't understand like supply and demand arguing not that I'm educated in any way, but it starts to be very transparent, you know? It's very scary. It's very like, come on, man. You can always see catch events over on the PokeMMO forums. PokeMMO forums or my stream recaps are probably the best way to check out when catch events are upcoming. I should do more Apricorn runs. Absolutely, that's something I want to try to work on the Ironman account. It's a great question. I want to start trying to do more Apricorn runs. Great question. Great question. For the gameplay experience, netball nerf. The netball nerf took it so the netball nerf made it so that instead of every single fight you just use netballs, you have to actually critically think and be like, oh, in this situation I want to use nest ball, in this situation I want to use quick ball, in this situation, blah blah blah. It diversifies the gameplay, as well as what's another one?
I just wish you knew.
Arguably the E4 nerf, but that one I don't know enough about. Arguably, but I don't know enough about that one. That one you could argue like, oh, it's gonna get rid of cheese strats and change strategies to be more diverse. You could argue that the gym rerun, like every nerf or buff has positives and negatives. So like the 8% nerf to gym reruns, right? That's gonna have positive effects in terms of inflation in the economy. Now, is inflation the biggest problem we have? Probably not, right? It's a great question. Needs a buff? Yeah, absolutely. There's always things in every video game that needs buffs, and there's always things that need nerfs, in my opinion, right? I think repeat ball could have I think repeat ball could get a slight buff. I think the Pokeball metagame is almost perfect right now. I think repeat ball could get buffed to like 3.5 or something like that, or 3 or 3.5 times max catch rate. Anyways, right here is our Alpha Bayonet catch. XP Candy XLs, really good stats. 31 attack, 31 speed, 20 plus in all of these is insane. That is a really, really, really high IV mon. The catch event begins in 2 minutes, so we got a skedaddle. Yeah, the netball nerf helped Ditto value for a bit, and the problem is I wish it would have helped more, honestly. Unfortunately, alphas, I could be wrong, but in most people's opinion at this point, I think most people have come around to it, I think alphas are destroying good IV mons prices. 20 ride on? Dude, fucking congrats, man. Hell yeah, dude. Meta for Dittos. Repeat ball is meta for Dittos after you catch 15. Yeah, so Ditto prices drop a bit.
I just wish you knew.
It probably it would affect that a little bit. I agree. But it's one of those things. Once again, it's a great example. Like, every change has positives and negatives. I don't like it. And you want to go for you're trying to buff things in like it's more positive than negative. That's a really good argument where I would even consider maybe if you compare repeat ball it's a great question of like, if you compare repeat ball to the other Pokeballs, it needs a slight buff. But if you pragmatically analyze it, like you brought up, to like what it's used for, Dittos, maybe you can't buff it because of that. Like, that's a great point, unironically, you know. Let's go. They should be a really simple catch event for me. I could nest ball this, but I'm just gonna false swipe Pokeball. I think the biggest change that everybody's been asking for like 2 years now is nerfing alphas or permanent raids. Yeah, there's a bunch of ways. Yeah. Yes, you can, Kookie. Good question. All right, I believe this catch event has officially begun, like just now. Good luck to everybody participating. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to find my first Bellsprout as soon as possible. I'm a little late. I'm just gonna be false swipe Pokeballing this event, all the Bellsprouts. You could synchronize and then nest ball here. It's a really good strat. But since I'm so broke right now, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Since I'm so broke right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to just fucking tough it out and deal with the Pokeball should be 100% catch rate. I'm so sorry. I'm fucking bloated today or some shit. I hate burping on mic. I'm so sorry. This is what though? Yeah, it's not that. Yeah. So fun fact, repeat ball used to be the most broken Pokeball in PokeMMO because the way that it worked was that it was just a 2.5 times increased catch rate if you had the Pokemon caught in your Pokedex. So if you had like Ditto caught in your Pokedex, it would just be, or any mon, you would always use repeat ball everywhere, right? That was the thing. That was the strat. And that was also, you know, broken, right? Like, when you don't want the metagame to be homogenous, right? Like, the netball nerf reminds me a lot of like, okay, what's like a broken, imagine there was some League of Legends character that was so busted. Imagine there's a League of Legends character that, let's say fucking, who's a character? Gwen, right? Let's say Gwen is super busted. Gwen shows up in 80% of games, something crazy, right? And then you nerf Gwen. And all the Gwen players are like, no, dude, I was getting free elo. Don't nerf Gwen. Oh my God, stop. And it's like, this is what the netball nerf, like, the netball was obviously busted. The netball was so broken very clearly. Yet when it got nerfed, people were upset. And it's only, I think the only argument is like out of, I don't know, selfishness, but it's not I don't like that position. There's got to be something that I'm missing. But it makes no, yeah, I don't know, like, the netball needed to be nerfed. It was buffed to be so broken. They changed a bunch of balls in one patch. Netball went from 2.5 times catch rate to 3.5 times in one patch, and that was what busted it. Cassidon, yeah. It's like everybody else who plays League is like, oh, thank God they nerfed Gwen, but all the Gwen players are like, no, bro, like, why'd you nerf Gwen? And it's like, what do you mean why they nerfed? Of course they nerfed Gwen. She was fucking busted, you know? Hopefully, I like to think that hopefully when it comes to discussing changes for an online game, we're arguing in faith of what's best for the game, not what's best for us. But I haven't been seeing that a lot in the Pokemon community recently, which is really making me sad. Or at least I think, but I hope I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Anyway, sorry to... Okay, we're getting off the doomer train. Let's fucking... let's just catch some good fucking Pokemon. Chill out on a Friday. Drink some fucking NG drink. Happy Friday to everyone who celebrates. Thank you so much for the link, Cody. How are you doing today, Cody? What's up, dude? The Prime Energy baby, dude. I can't help myself. If I see energy drinks for 25 cents, you got it. You know, you got to yoink them up, dude. Let's go. What's up, Brazy? Sorry about that. Dude, I feel like I have been. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I've been getting fucking torn down by the world recently. It's just, I think a lot of people feel that way. It's just one of those periods. So my apologies. I think a lot of people, the world's just tough right now. But you got to just try to smile through and do what you can. Week's been a lot. Dude, yeah. Much love to you, Cody. I fucking super feel that, man. At least we can play PokeMMO. Like, at least we can we have this moment to play some video games and hang out together, you know? Let's family business. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Dude, I feel like that is so real. Like, nobody has time. Nobody has time right now to recharge. Everybody, I truly believe everybody. I don't know if there's a worker in the world right now taking it easy. I truly feel like everybody's fucking working their ass off. Everybody's working hard as fuck. And nobody's having time to recharge. So then when people hang out or we, like, you know, talk, everybody's grumpy, everybody's exhausted. I don't want to maybe I'm projecting myself. Maybe I'm projecting, you know, too much. But I feel like I see this a lot recently. And it's what do we do besides just be nice to each other, be charitable with each other? Gotta figure out what I can do. I got 5 big booms. 5 big booms. Boom, boom, boom. That was 3. It's like a waste. What's a good question? I would say it's probably a waste, but if you want to be super lazy, I don't know, maybe like, it's up to you. XP candies, are they pretty cheap right now, actually? XP candies are like super cheap right now, no? Dude, that's much love to you, BVT. That shit is soul crushing. It's also like one of those things, like, it's nice at certain points in your life, but hopefully you have a break period coming, you know? Like the catchment. True, Brazy. True. XP candies are pretty cheap right now, from my understanding. I like the false swipe Pokeball strats though. Those feel really nice. Nuh-uh. Amazing counter argument. Was there left? It just started. It's like 54 minutes left. It was like 54 minutes still. I do have bad movie news for all the movie Patrouski fans. I'm not gonna do a full movie Patrouski take right now. Don't worry. Don't stress. But I do have bad news for all the movie goers out there. Has anybody else seen Now You See Me, Now You Don't? If not, I love Now You See Me, the first movie, and then Now You See Me fucking 2 or whatever. I love those movies. I love the formula. They're so fun. The new one, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, is god awful. It's a really bad movie. It's fun though. It's so, what I would say is, this is my personal opinion. Maybe I'm off the rocker. Don't go watch it in theaters. I love going to the movie theater, man. Do not go waste your money to watch Now You See Me, Now You Don't in theaters. Watch the fuck out of that movie on streaming when it's on streaming in like 2 months, you know, 3 months. Movies go so fast to streaming these days. Watch the hell out of that movie on streaming, right? And like play Minecraft, play PokeMMO, play a video game, and watch Now You See Me, Now You Don't in the background. You'll have like a somewhat fun time. You'll also probably still laugh at some of the dialogue. It's a really bad movie. At one point, it's like not really a spoiler. At one point, they're like lock picking a door, and the girl like pushes James Franco out of the way, and she's like, haven't you ever played an escape room? There's all kinds of puzzles. And I was dying laughing. I was literally laughing in the theater at how bad this movie was. It was really like, it's almost like Spider-Man 3. Like I love Spider-Man 3. But Spider-Man 3 has some good moments, but Spider-Man 3 overall is like a fucking clusterfuck of a meme movie. But I love watching Spider-Man 3 because it's so fun. I ended up giving Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It was like a 2.5 out of 10. This movie was, I really don't recommend watching it in theaters. Wait until it comes to streaming and watch it for free. Hell yeah. Not in theaters, man. It was cooked. You see the first Wicked? Yeah, I saw the first Wicked, like, you know, 2 years ago, a bit ago. I know the new ones. I haven't seen the new one. I love, how do I say this? I really don't. I love the story of Wicked from what I understand. I haven't seen the play live or whatever. I really did not care for the movie. I'm gonna be honest. And my wife, me and my wife have the same take on Wicked, and maybe she's influenced me, which is honestly based and true. Wicked feels like they took one of the most passionate plays, and I haven't seen the plays. Maybe I'm wrong. This is my vibe. This is my vibe. This is my vague thoughts and opinions. Okay, I've heard all the songs on like my wife's in the car or whatever, right? I feel like they took one of the most passionate, beautiful, like heartfelt, amazing performances in theater, and then turned it into the most plastic Hollywood sanitized movie of all time. I really did not like how, and maybe that's my fault. The first Wicked felt like too perfect, or like it just felt like it didn't feel like it had any, it felt so unpassioned, I guess. I haven't seen the new one, the F1 movie, the F1 with Brad Pitt or whatever. The F1 movie was like a good watch, definitely worth to watch in theaters. Obviously it's not there anymore. If I remember correctly, my problem with the F1 movie was quite good. I think I gave like a 7 out of 10 or something like that. I could go double check. I either gave it a 6 or a 7 out of 10. The F1 movie, every single scene that was on the racetrack was phenomenal. Every single scene where they were racing was like unreal. Like every single scene where they were driving in their little cars was beautiful, intense. It was fucking insane, right? Unblock me. I literally see your chats. What's up, dude? Messaging me publicly on stream to unblock you, probably not the right methodology, my man. If you want, you know, I don't know who you are, but message me in privately. What was I gonna say? But F1, the problem I had with F1 was all of the scenes off the track. All of the scenes off the racetrack all the dialogue felt like they just like super pushed this like old versus new thing. Dude, fucking hell yeah, man. Me and my wife pay the battle pass for the movie theater. Me and my wife pay for the movie theater battle pass. And we see it's you pay a flat fee and then you see unlimited movies. It's honestly a great deal. If you have a partner, if you like going to the movies, the battle pass is fantastic, dude. Once again, dude, final warning, messaging me publicly in stream chat, not the best way to go about that. Discord DM me. All my DMs are open on every platform. You know, when you ask someone to unblock you publicly, it's this social pressure. It's a manipulation, not whether it's purposeful or not. It's a manipulation thing to like pressure you into doing it because you're in public. Versus if you privately message me, you know, it comes off more earnest. A reasonable Pokemon V number? Great question. 170. Well, 170 was like pretty. Yeah, I'd say 168 plus is like third place. You have a decent chance to third place plus, you know. Yes, that's yeah. Oh, that's also so good. Ooh, this is a pretty good catch. A 141, man. It's modest as well. It's be a good breeder. This is a pretty good catch. Not quite catch event placing. Not even really close, but it's a great catch. Dude, Ash, you are not getting the hint, dude. I don't know what to I've explained everything to you. You're not. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Yeah, 25. Yeah, that's so good. So like we pay $30 a month and get like, you can watch, it's $30 a month. You can watch one movie a day for the whole month or whatever. So technically we could go watch 30 movies, but we probably go like 3 times a week. We probably watch like, so the 4 free movies a week That's all we would. It's all we would need. You know, it's pretty much all the movies. There's only so many movies you can watch before you start just rewatching the same shit. Now, I do love movie theaters in 2025. I fucking love that. They're re-showing a lot of old stuff for the first time, which is sick, which is really beautiful. Yes, please, Cody. Good luck to you, man. Yes, we usually don't get food at the movie theater. Yeah. I have not. I'm not a huge fan. I don't really follow modern Pokemon too much, but Zeraora is a cool mon from what I understand. But no, that's so fair. Yeah, I think Clarko, who's a big F1 fan, was not a fan of the F1 movie as well. I don't know anything about racing, so it is always cool to hear like people who like racing, their opinion on, you know, racing movies or whatever. Purpose, yes. So the reason I'm not loring is because it just takes more time. You'll get some Chikorita catch. It's better if you want to do it for fun. Hell yeah. It's worse for the event. It's worse for the your odds of winning the event go down if you're wasting so much time catching Chikoritas. But it could be fun. If it's fun for you, go for it, you know? Clarko loves F. Clarko's a big car guy, you know. He's the resident car boy. American friendly. I know nothing about F1. I mean I've seen a few movies. I really like the F1 movie Rush about what's his name? Nicolaudi or whatever. Nicole. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering. Is it Laudy? Let me look it up really quick. That movie was fucking Rush was fantastic. As someone who knows nothing about F1, Rush movie with Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, Niki Lauda is the guy it was based on. This movie's great. This movie, I really enjoyed Rush. Probably my favorite. Like, what's like another? Probably my favorite race movie, race car. I don't know. Yeah, Rush is. As someone who, yeah, I don't think I know nothing about. I'm not an F1. I don't know shit. You know. Not worth. Yes, the problem. Yeah. Chikorita's catch rate is just really rough, so it takes so long to catch, you know. I have to do some. I have guides from previous years as well as a guide from 2025 that's like event season prep guide. I have some videos out there. I'm gonna have to do some research before I do the 2025 guide specifically. This is what's written in the something else. Great question. Catch events are like a community event where you can come catch. So I'll link the details. That'll help explain it a bit. Catch events are just these little community events where you catch the Pokemon the staff members tell you to catch, and then you try to catch the highest IV1, to put it simply, and then you whisper it to them at the end of the event. You have a chance to win a shiny or a 6x31 Pokemon, some free 1,000 RP. Hopefully, here's the link to the details. So this is a Chikorita catch event. Chikorita does normally spawn here in the wild. That's normal. You have to pop lures though. But the main thing I'm getting here is Bellsprout. And then whoever catches the best Bellsprout by the end of the event wins a 6x31 Chikorita and some free RP is the best way to put it. If you were to synchronize and nest ball, the best strategy for this event is synchronize nest ball. I'm not doing it because I'm so broke. Because my current goal right now is so Pokeyen focused. Cars 2 Turbo. I've seen Cars. I don't know if I've seen Cars 2, but like forever ago. I have to rewatch it. Haven't seen Turbo. Cars is good. It's not as good as Rush. I think Cars is like a 8 or like a 7.8 or something like that. I'd say Rush is probably like, yeah, with James Hunt. Rush is probably like a 9. I really enjoyed Rush. It takes a fun action movie, has a lot of emotional elements, has like some of the one of the most interesting, like, Rush might be one of the most interesting rivalries in a movie, like, because they're so different. James Hunt versus James Hunt is like James Hunt is the type B, like bad boy, like doesn't give a shit, emotional, intuitive driver, superstar type thing. Niki Lauda is the type A, like quiet but calculated, you know, researched, blah blah blah. And they hate each other at first. You know, there's this whole. It's Rush is great, man. Rush is great. You're a good racer. I respect it, man. She got 20. Did you actually get a 20? 20 overall is really good. That has a shot at fourth. I would say fourth place is generally around, what is it, 18? I don't know. But also, I watched your stream. Did something happen to your voice? Yeah, so I've been kissing your mom so much that my voice has kind of gotten is raspier over time. I've been putting a lot of strain on my lips and on my throat, and I think over time it's gotten no, the real answer is that I woke up probably about an hour ago, so it's probably like morning voice plus a new microphone, I think. 186. I think fourth place will probably be about a 16 to 20 is the guess. Into my mother, I will see. Wife guy, dude. My wife has been calling me wife guy off stream over the weekend. Wife guy is such a funny insult. I do love saying wife guy is really funny. Wife guy is quite good. Dude, unironically, I didn't even think about that, Sim. That's fucking genius. No, that's Giga Brain. Doing the event for Chance at Suicune? Fucking hell yeah, dude. That's just smart. That's called thinking with your head, bro. Do. Now Spinnerack is spawning because it's nighttime. There's the Bellsprout. Okay. Dude, she's 6 times 0. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The Bellsprout is like somewhat uncommon for sure. It's not like it's less common than I expected. But I'm okay with that. Hey, movie wife guy. Okay, movie wife guy. Logan Lucky. I will look it up, man. I appreciate it. I love movie suggestions. I will add most anything to my watch list. I can't promise you I'll watch it anytime soon. I just have so many, you know, so many movies to watch, so little time. What's the movie called? Logan Lucky. Logan Lucky. Let's see if it's already on my watch. It's not on my watch list. Channing Tatum. Wait, which one of these fucks is Channing Tatum? What? Is he the guy in the middle of this picture? Adam Driver, Daniel Craig. This is a sick cast. I've never heard of this. Okay, look at one of my favorite moments in PokeMMO. This player being like, why is there so many people here? Just an earnest new PokeMMO player. Wholesome. Yeah, if you win the Chikorita, you could make it 6 times 0. That is very much in your grasps of reality. I mean, that's the flex. That's like the ultimate flex. McQueen's favorite racing movie, Les Mans. Well, I didn't know I realized we had so many racing fans in the chat, bro. Hell yeah. I don't know much about it, but I like to, you know. I always say like the goal of streaming is to have experts across all fields in my chat. I need F1 experts, movie goers, you know. I'll add this to my watch list. Filmed during the annual 24-hour endurance race. I love the idea of I don't know shit. I'm a shiny hunter, right? So like endurance racing sounds really fucking cool to me. Add it to my watch list. Senna. Is this a Senna D's nuts or some shit? For getting One Piece enjoyers. You think I'm trolling, but like I actually do want One Piece enjoyers in my chat. Like once again, you're gonna rage bait me, but I don't have beef with One Piece. I have beef with some One Piece fans who don't allow people to dislike One Piece. Yeah, Senna has a crazy high score. Add that to my watch list. The movie you dope. Yeah, no. I got you. I had to cover my basis, okay? Is CHIKORITA a competitive mon? Not really. I'm gonna be honest. Not really, man. This prize is not that. The best thing about this prize is the RP, especially for like Iron Men. Like one of the biggest things for Iron Men is to try to do like honestly, as an Iron Man, you want to do the catch events that are less popular with less people to have a higher chance at winning the RP. As an Iron Man, you mostly care about the reward points. I need to watch the Ford vs Ferrari movie. Is that long? It's cool, man. Enthusiast outfit. It's a good fit. Cole, what's up, dude? Die the worst way. Okay, that's spoilers. I don't know. The problem is, fuck, that's a good meme of like, can you spoil movies based on history? Probably not. Like it's a funny, depends on the history, I guess. I watched Nuremberg recently, which was like, Nuremberg was still good, but Nuremberg was mostly carried because of the story and because of the like, Nuremberg should have been a 10 out of 10 movie. But instead it was like an 8.7, and that was kind of me being generous. The movie itself, it's not that good of a movie. I don't want to get into it. I can't argue. I don't know shit about F1 drivers. I had a drag racing PS1 game. Does that count? I was so bad. I could not understand. I bet you a lot of people had this game in chat because it was a really cheap. It was like you could find this game for like $3. Like nobody knew how to play it. Oh my god, it's so big. How many of you had this game? I had this game. I think my cousin gave it to me for like free because like he just didn't even want to play it. This is my experience with F1. My main experience. Just drag racing on PS1. I used to play NASCAR like 2002 or whatever. I'm doing it okay. I want to region for the first to the region. Absolutely. Please do whatever you want. Do whatever's fun for you. If staying in a region for a bit, completing all the things that, you know, it is more efficient to just rush all the regions done. But that's not what's most efficient. This is a good point. I'm so glad you asked. Hey, I'm new to the game. Is it okay to stay in one region for some time and enjoy the region, or must I push through and complete all of them to unlock something, for example? Like, no, it's a great, obviously, please, if you enjoy it, please stay in one region and enjoy it. You should never, if you're having fun, don't move on. Don't, shake things up. If you're having fun, enjoy it, or cherish that, right? Yes, it is more efficient to go rush through all the regions, do a Jimmy run team, blah, blah, blah. But what is most efficient isn't actually most efficient if it causes you to, number one, quit the game, or number two, not have fun, right? When you're playing a video game, your main goal is enjoyment. At least in my opinion, your main goal is enjoyment, and that enjoyment comes through two things, in my opinion: fun and efficiency. And usually you have to combine. You can't really enjoy a game usually without some amount of efficiency and some amount of fun. You usually need both, but it depends. Everybody's different. I think the biggest thing I recommend is try to find your percentage. How much of the, like, and maybe it changes each day. Maybe you wake up really well rested. It's a Saturday. You have all day to play PokeMMO. Maybe you want to play 90% efficiently that day, or 60% or 80% or whatever. Maybe you just got home from work. You're exhausted. You're tired. You only have an hour. You want to play 20% efficiently. Throw on a movie with the wife. You know, like casually grind. Like, play the game however you want to play, and just try to ask yourself every day, find those percentages, find how you want to play the game today is a really good question to ask yourself. Yeah, please stay. Like, obviously it's, you know, what's most efficient isn't most efficient if it's not fun, if it goes against the purpose of efficiency. The purpose of efficiency is to reach enjoyment of the game. So if you're overly efficient, you're not enjoying the game, you're defeating the purpose, right? We had like a little philosophical rant on this recently about how, like, I think a lot of people are forgetting why they play video games, which is, you know, I do this. I'm not trying to, like, I do the same thing. And it's okay sometimes to work towards a greater goal. Like, a good example is, okay, I love Mega Bonk. I've been super enjoying Mega Bonk. Sometimes it is totally okay that I want to get 100% achievements on Mega Bonk, right? And if I enjoy getting 90% of the achievements, if you ever achievement hunted, you get this, but like 10% of the achievements are like a slog and feel like shit and like annoying and suck. It's worth to get through the 10% that suck to get that 100% achievements, because even though 10% of that, you know, you don't like it, you're reaching peak enjoyment. Things don't need to be fun all the time, but you also want to ask yourself, sometimes I think a big thing PokeMMO players run into is, how do I make the most amount of Pokeyen? How do I make or MMO players, how do I make the most amount of gold, right? MMO players obsess with making money, making gold. I do this all the time as well. Making Pokeyen, making gold, and then once they make the gold, they're like, what do I even spend it on? And they realize, oh, I didn't actually have, my only goal was to make Pokeyen. I don't even know what to, like, do with it, you know? And I think a lot of players, sometimes, if you forget the which is tough. What do you know, it's a tough thing. It's tough. How do double battles single hordes work? How do double battles and single hordes work with Suicune? Does it roll 2 times or 5 times? I always forget the answer to that. I think this was a back and forth thing for a long time. I don't. This was answered at some point by a staff member. I don't remember. I might have a video on it or mention it in a stream recap somewhere, Tom. But I don't remember off the top of my head, to be honest with you. We're doing a catch event. What's up, Nasty? Yeah, and that, like, not to, like, the rat race gives us our purpose. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a funny, like, I think it's okay for that to be the case. I think you should have a purpose in the rat race and out of the rat race, you know? People look up guides in their first hour. Yeah, it's a tough, like, if that's how you have fun, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think sometimes people, and when I say people, I mean me. I'm not talking down to people. This is like, we're all human. We're all in the human experience. We all have these flaws, right? Sometimes we'll solve things too quickly, right? I think a big reason I loved Mega Bonk so much recently is that I didn't look up any guides for Mega Bonk until I had beaten the game, like the big boss or whatever. And then after I beat the big boss, I did some achievement, blah, blah, blah. And then after, like, I think after like 80 to 115 hours, maybe let's say 100, about 100 hours into Mega Bonk, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start looking up guides, speed runs, resources, because now I'm getting a little bit, I don't know what that was. Once you become aimless and, like, you don't know what to do, then you can look up guides or go to that next level, you know? But obviously, if you, depends. I like looking up guides for, like, well, at least not guides, but, like, I use wiki games, right? Like, I like wiki games. I like using the wiki for things like Stardew off the bat. Like Stardew Valley, I always want to have the Wikipedia up. To me, that's more fun. Same with like Terraria. Like I have, like, for me, I'll have less fun if I don't know what to do and don't know how to get things, like, because they're so obscure in the game. So it just depends on the game, depends per person. I think for some people, it's really boring, but like for some people, playing PokeMMO with no guides for the first a few hundred hours might be ideal. For some people, looking up immediate tips is more fun for them. Pretty fun, yeah. Love it. I'm happy to hear it, dude. There's been a lot. I've been noticing, and I feel like there's always a surge of new players. Just started PokeMMO this week. Love it. Dude, happy to have you. Welcome, welcome. I've been noticing, I think there's always, PokeMMO is really lucky because we're attached to the Pokemon IP. We almost always get a huge influx of new players. PokeMMO is a very seasonal game for a lot of people. If you play it long enough, you'll start to realize there's a lot of people that come into the game and a lot of people that leave. And then those players who leave come back very often. It's kind of like it's almost like a wave crashing. PokeMMO is like the ocean, like new players leave, new players leave, and it's like sometimes it's the new players leaving, sometimes it's old players taking a break. It's are there things that we could do? I would love to increase player retention, don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the biggest concerns for a long time. I think player retention was the biggest concern in PokeMMO. I no longer think it is. I think it's like the second biggest. I think the biggest is the economy, which it plays into player retention. I think the number one problem right now is economy. Number two is player retention. But I've been noticing, I've been noticing a huge surge of new players recently in PokeMMO. I do feel like there has been. I've been seeing, just anecdotally, I don't want to say, statistically, but anecdotally, I have seen so many YouTube comments, more than usual, YouTube comments, Twitch comments, in stream, off stream, of people being like, hey, I'm new to the game. I just started playing. People who started playing in October and played their first event. It's really cool to see. We're really lucky. PokeMMO is a very, very lucky game because one of the main ways that most MMOs die is by not getting new players. We literally have solved one of the biggest problems in MMOs. Most MMOs die by not getting new players. And we don't have that problem at all in PokeMMO, which is insane. We take for granted, there's always things to solve, there's always things to work on, don't get me wrong, but we take for granted we've solved a lot of amazing things in PokeMMO. We never appreciate that. We never like smell the roses, so just that's a beautiful thing that we're constantly getting in new players. It's a really important thing for the health of the game. Big stuck for now though. Dude, the storyline, do not let anybody ever tell you. The PokeMMO storyline is fucking hard. Don't let anybody ever tell you it's easy. There are some players who are really annoying and will be like, oh, I had a Icicle Spear Cloister and blah, blah, and I EV trait, no, so therefore it's really easy, blah, blah. Dude, congrats, Cole. We love a Suicune during the catch event. What channel are you on? Congratulations. Dude, I feel like a lot of people are getting into, I've seen a lot of new PvPers in PokeMMO recently, and that is hard. That's harder than, like, honestly, that's really hard. 10-year break, dude, welcome back. The first storyline is always the hardest, like insanely so. Like the first storyline is like 50 times harder or like 10 times harder than the second one. It's so much harder because you can prepare Pokemon for the second storyline. You can trade things over from an account. You can, do all these things. The first storyline is so much harder. Your first storyline in PokeMMO is the hardest one you'll ever see. Dude, is this just caught? 12:20. This was just caught 15 minutes ago, dude. Congratulations. Dude, congrats to Iron Michael Tyson, who just caught himself a Suicune during this catch event about 15 minutes ago. That's what getting legendaries like this during catch events, very cool thing to see, man. Congrats to him. Apparently we have another I don't know if it's Iron Man, but another player who also has Suicune right now on channel 2. Congrats, Cole. That's so sick, man. That's so cool, dude. Dude, PvP is really hard to get into. It's so hard. Because everybody, like, it's just, you have to be okay with losing a ton, The Sinnoh Rays. How did that go, YZ? I was watching a little bit of that. Yes, Cody, yes, that's usually what I say as well. Cody is like, if you're coming from traditional PokeMMO is fucking hard. If you're coming from a ROM hack where the game is made to be hard, it's not going to be anything, you're going to be used to it. PokeMMO is kind of in that middle ground. It's in that middle ground of, yeah, it's no Emerald Kaizo, don't get me wrong. I think it's interesting. It's a really interesting perspective thing. Like, you'll see a lot of people who will be like, I've actually I'm one of the 10 people in the world who have Nuzlocke, Emerald Kaizo, and Radical Red, and I personally find the PokeMMO storyline actually really easy. So that means it is easy, and everybody else is a fucking noob. And it's like, I feel like gamers have a hard time of acknowledging their own accomplishment. We shit on ourselves too much, and it's because I think the world for most of us, if you're like 30 years, if you're like 20 years old, you may not have seen it as much. But if you're like 30 years old, the world shit on gamers for like, it was, oh, gaming is useless. It's a waste of time. It's not a real blah, blah, blah. And I bet you that same thing was said to like football athletes back in the 1910s, 1920s. Oh, what a, you're a grown man throwing around a pigskin. Get back to the factory, honey. We need fucking stale bread and cabbage soup for dinner. What are you doing? You know, why are you wasting your time throwing around this piece of leather, right? Like, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. And it happened with, it's history repeating itself, where like, I feel like with video games, people like did, so now it's like gamers themselves don't understand that they have a skill, that they've gotten good at something, you know? It's hard for them to admit that because they've been told their whole life the thing that they're getting good at is useless, when it's not true. Pursuing passions is really important. It's probably one of the most important things in life. What's the story with the Iron Man accounts? Good question. Iron Man is just an account that cannot trade or use the GTL. And it was an account mode that I wanted to... I took from RuneScape, from old school RuneScape, and I wanted to transfer over to PokeMMO and see how it would work. And for a while, I thought about it all the way back in like 2021, 2022. I theorized like how... I got a lot of 130s today, like decent catches. I theorized a lot about how an Iron Man would play out. And for a long time, I didn't think it was that... I didn't think it was interesting enough to try. But once raids came out and stuff like that, I was like, oh shit, we actually have some like really cool goals that are really interesting to work towards now. I think Iron Man could really, you know, be a cool thing. So yeah, it's been really cool to learn the Iron Man and how different it's one of those things you don't think it would be that different. Oh, playing Pokemon without trading or using the GTL, that's literally just Pokemon. That's just Pokemon. How is it that crazy? But then you play it in a game with a market where the game is balanced around you having access to that market, and you realize, oh fuck, you have to catch all your breeders, you have to make all these 5x31s, all these PvP mons, all these PVM mons, all these raid mons. Like, you realize how you know, it's a really cool, it makes a grindy game even grindier, which is not for everybody, but it also heightens that sense of accomplishment, right? It's a self-sustained thing, you know? Yo, what's up, Night Shadow? Yeah, Iron Man's just a personal challenge, you know, personal imposed, self-imposed challenge. Similar like Swampletics, if you're familiar, you know? 3 weeks, dude. I really appreciate it, man. I'm fucking honored. Thank you. Thank you. You put in the work, you put in the time, you did the research. That's all your work in Hail paying off. Congratulations to you, man. Congrats to you, man. I said one things. You whisper it to a staff member. So great question. Have global chat open. Keep global chat open, and then you'll see a bunch of staff members saying taking entries once the event ends. And then you want to double click their name, or you can right click their name and click whisper. And then you want to go to your PC, drag the Pokemon from your PC into your party, keep the Pokemon in your party, don't let it leave your party, drag that Pokemon down to the chat box, and then a little colon thing will pop up. You can link it to someone like that, if that makes sense. Oof. I always just click link button. Fuck, I didn't know. Yeah, I'm used to dragging. No, that's so fair. Yeah, that's a great text. Thank you, Shadow. One of the clear games that I have for a higher score. Yeah, it's just really, yeah. I think if you think about it critically for like 2 seconds, you're like, oh yeah, like. It turns out sports, you know, the thing that were based on esports, guys, we're all aware of this, you know, esports, the original, and then IRLs. It's really cool. I think it's really cool. I always say, isn't it? I think it's pretty fucking neat. They like took Madden, a really successful video game, and then actually made the NFL out of that. Really fucking cool to see, man. I love seeing, you know, different variations on stuff like that. But like it's so obvious if you think about like how similar video games are compared to like any other categorical desire that's ever existed in life, you know? Very interesting. It's a really boring. Now it's a cold take these days, but yeah, video games are obviously great. Like, you know. The market. I respect, and I want people to. I always like play whatever games you enjoy. There's no wrong MMO PokeMMO to play. I've tried every Pokemon MMO, and I have deduced that for me personally, I think PokeMMO is the best one by far. But if you like, there's a lot of people. If you like Pro, if you like Poke1, more power to you. I'm excited for Poke Force. I think Poke Force could be really interesting. Good old England. Bellsprouts are much less common than I expected, which is mostly okay. I wonder if I could have nest balled this event, but that's okay. We have more catch events coming up. Have I lost the plot? Most likely. All right. Yeah, no, the catch event's right now. Yeah. There's 16 minutes left. There's 16 minutes left in the event. I'm not shiny hunting. I'm just in the catch event. It's Bellsprout and Chikorita are the only catchable mons. I haven't played I see a lot of people, my friends list, playing Arc Raiders. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just fucking, dude, I'm just frugal. I'm frugal, and Arc Raiders is like $40, and to me, I'm like, ooh, do I really like? It's pretty rare I spend that much money on a video game, which is kind of fucked up. But like, I don't know, I'm really frugal. I really like to like. There's just so many in my brain. There are so many S tier 10 out of 10 video games for less than $10. You know, I like in my brain, I'm like, I want to play all of the $10 games before I get to the 20 and then the 30 and then the 40. Just kind of stupid, but I don't know. That's how I don't know, you know. I mean, I'm even the same with like, I don't like playing video games out of order. I really hate playing games out of order, or what's it called, or movies out of, like, I will not watch a new movie unless I've seen all of the ones leading up to it. Like for the newest Final Destination, I went back and I watched all of them leading up to the new one. And then for like Gears of War, I went back and I played Gears of War 1 growing up, but I never played Gears of War 2. I went back and I replayed Gears of War 1, played Gears of War 2. I still need to play Gears of War 3, which is crazy. I haven't played it yet. What order do you watch Star Wars in? I usually just don't watch it because I don't find it that great. Now, let me qualify. I feel the same exact way about all three of these franchises. Star Wars, hear me out. Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. To me, I get why people love them. They're franchises that I respect and I get. To me, they're all fine. They're not bad. They're all good. They're all lightly good is what I would say. I'll go see the new Avatar for sure. I don't know if it'll be that good, but now my favorite character, it's funny, I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but my favorite character is a bit of a nicher one. I really like Plo Koon because he was playable in Star Wars Jedi Power Battles on PS1, and that was one of the first ever video games I ever played. Fuck with Android. Is that the TV show? I haven't seen it. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I know they're doing the new fucking Baby Yoda movie or whatever. Who's the Star Wars character named like Frick? Because that Star Wars is off the goop, bro. Frick Star Wars. Who am I thinking of? You know who I'm talking about? Babu Frick. Dude, Star Wars is, hey, more power. The world of Star Wars seems magnificent. I think my take on Star Wars, it's almost the same. Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, both of the worlds seem magnificent. The movies, I don't feel like the movies do the best way of portraying them. I think that there were better ways to make the, but what do I know? I don't know. Who the fuck am I? Now, do you want to know? Now, I'll present my take so you guys can. I don't want to just be critiquing. You know, you guys can critique me, okay? I don't want to. I gotta put myself out there so you guys can fucking fight back, okay? I've said for the longest time, the franchise that I think gets so underappreciated and so disrespected that should be in the big top 3, top 4, top 5 is Planet of the Apes. I fucking love Planet of the Apes. I think the new trilogy is fucking amazing. The newest movie, the 4th one, is like a good movie, but it's definitely the weakest of the 4, but it's also setting up for a whole new trilogy, so it makes sense that would be the weakest. I really like the original 1960 Planet of the Apes, but I truly believe, dude, is it like when did the first Planet of the Apes come out? Planet of the, not the first, like the first new one, Planet of the Apes. These movies are fucking amazing, bro. When Caesar hits you with the no, like I feel these movies are so fucking powerful. These movies are so good. The Planet of the Apes trilogy is fucking phenomenal. It's god tier. It's so good. Planet of the Apes new trilogy. What's the, no, not the new. When I say new, I mean like 2012. Planet of the Apes release date. Don't show me the original. Show me the Planet of the Apes. Why is it this hard to find? 2010 franchise. 2010s. Rise of the Planet of the Apes in 2011. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in 2014. And War for the Planet. That trilogy is fucking amazing. God, it's so good. That trilogy is so fucking good. Rise, Dawn, and War. I love those movies. Oh, I want to rewatch them. Those movies are so good, dude. You can feel the no. That literally might be like one of the best, might be one of the most powerful lines in cinema when it's so fucking insane, dude. I think Planet of the Apes is so underrated. So disrespected. Watch this movie. I've watched the first one. Dude, the first one, I love the first one, Thick Strawberry, but it's probably the worst of the 3. And like, that's not like, I think the first one's like a 9 out of 10. Maybe I like the second one. The second one's a bit here and there. Dude, they're all so good. They're all so good. I'm gonna go check what I rated them on Letterboxd. They're all, I'm guessing they're like 9 to 10. Yes, it's actually, if you want a good example of CGI, it's the Planet of the Apes movie. Like, it's unreal. And like the motion capture of, because it's the same guy. Isn't it the guy who played fucking Andy Serkis? The guy who plays Gollum in Lord of the Rings is also the fucking main monkey. Like, how poetic is that? That the guy, Andy Serkis, the guy who is like the fucking motion cap god, who is the creepy, crawly Gollum in Lord of the Rings, is crazy, man. Also, he's fucking, Andy Serkis is also King Kong, I believe, in the King Kong movie, which is crazy. How is that the case? Oh, it's so, I get hyped up, man. It's so fucking, the Planet of the Apes movies, disgustingly underrated. How is that possible, man? How is it like, that's crazy. I gave the first Planet of the Apes, the 2011, not the first, but like the first of the remaster, not the, yeah. The 2011 one, I gave a 10, I gave a 5 out of 5 and a like. What did I give the next one on Letterboxd? Dawn, I gave a 5 out of, I might have given all these movies a 10 out of 10. They're fucking amazing. Yeah, I give all 3 a 10 out of 10. This series is so good, bro. It's so good. I don't know if there's another trilogy that I can think of that all did a 10 out of 10 for me personally. Not Lord of the Rings, not Star Wars, not what other trilogy could, I don't think so. I don't know if there is one for me personally. Yeah, it's for sure Night Shadow, for sure. Jurassic Park. I haven't seen the original Jurassic Park 2 and 3. Well, you're gonna hate me. Because okay. Don't eviscerate me, internet. Dear internet, please don't eviscerate me. I'm going to give you the most charitable, kind take I can. Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park, is magical, was magical and amazing. I have seen that movie now probably 3 to 5 times in my life, and it gets less magical every time because we've just come so far. Excuse me. It's just, I think the first Jurassic Park has lost its magic over the years, which is sad. It's not fair to the movie. I think for the time Jurassic Park was an easy 10 out of 10. Clear, easy, not even close. I don't think Jurassic Park has aged that well. Over the years, Jurassic Park has gone from like a 9 out of 10 to me down to like a 6 out. I think now it's like a 6 out of 10 for me is what I would give it. Yeah. My review of Jurassic Park is I call it an objectively beautiful movie, but it just doesn't have the magic that it used to have for me personally. You know, I haven't seen the original Indiana Jones. I'd love to watch them. Was it the first one? We watched the newest one in theaters. It was pretty bad. Not aged well, yeah. Unfortunately, I wish I was wrong. Worst time for ads. Sorry about that. I haven't seen the original Jurassic Park 2 and 3, so I would love to go back and watch those. I'd love to. I'm so down. I'm so down. How you doing? I'm doing. Hey, we're talking about movies and catching Pokemon. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that, Runos. What's up, man? No, you're perfect, Larko. Good for you, Clark. Have fun, dude. Safely have fun, but yeah. You can eviscerate me. I have not seen any of the Matrixes. I'm so sorry. There's so many movies. I'm so sorry. I know it's a shame. I haven't. If you want to get me on. So for reference, I have watched about 1 movie a day for not all of 2025 since April-ish since like April of maybe March/April of this year. I've watched about a movie a day for the past like 300 days or whatever, right? Maybe like 200, whatever. And I still haven't seen The Godfather. I still haven't seen Goodfellas. I still haven't seen Bronx Tale. I still haven't seen Matrix. I still haven't finished Ex Machina. I haven't, there's so many good movies, like horror movies. I like all kinds of movies. Horror movies. I love horror movies. What else? I still haven't seen Ali G into House. I don't know if that's quite on that list, but sure. What do you think of Dune? Man, I tried to actually rewatch Dune recently. I'm not a good judge of Dune because I'm just so not interested in it. And it's not an indictment of Dune. I've heard really good things, Epoch, and it looks so good. Yeah, it's not an indictment of Dune itself. It's my personal preference. I'm just so uninterested in Dune. I will say watching Dune or at least trying to watch Dune for a second time, it made me I picked up on a lot more. Caught Stealing was a big shocker for me this year, Dudley. I was expecting Caught Stealing to be a dumb action movie that you just throw on and have a little fun. Yeah, of course, Hereditary is great. I expected Caught Stealing to be like a 6 out of 10 movie based on the trailers, and I think I gave it like a 9, maybe like a 9.2. Let me go. I gave it an 8.7. I was fully expecting this movie to be a 6 out of 10, and Caught Stealing blew me away. I was really impressed. Knives Out. I've seen both. My wife loves Knives Out and then Glass Onion. They're both good movies, right? Yeah, I guess if you give fuck. I think both are fine. Knives Out. I didn't love Knives Out the way a lot of people did. I like the 1985 like Clue movie because I grew up with it. It's nostalgic for me. With Tim Curry, the 1985 Clue movie. And it's funny because also it has Christopher Lloyd, who is the guy from Back to the Future. Wait, what? I didn't realize that. Wait, Christopher Lloyd did Back to the Future and the Clue movie in the same year? I didn't realize that. That's amazing. What about Get Out? Get Out is the definite. It's like 10, it's perfect. It's like a 10 out of 10, like perfect movie. I don't. There's not a whole lot I can add. I think Get Out was correctly rated as an amazing movie. I think Us was underrated, and then I think Nope is unwatchable garbage. Which is a crazy. When people had mixed opinions on Nope, I was like, there's no way. There's no way Jordan Peele, the person who made Get Out, and I think Us is super underrated. Both are amazing. I couldn't believe that Nope could be like even close to controversial. I thought like, you know, blah, blah, blah. I thought Nope was horrible. I thought Nope was like one of the worst movies I had. Like, it was so bad. Nothing happened. It was so terrible. I dropped Nope after like an hour and a half. I was mad. It was so uninteresting. I was so not into it. No Other Choice. I love that. I appreciate the suggestion. Well, add it to my watch list. I appreciate it. Got one of the guys from Squid Game, K-pop Demon Hunters. I couldn't watch K-pop Demon Hunters with all due respect. I'm glad it made a lot of people happy, which that's if you're not gonna like a movie, you at least hope other people like it, you know? I want that movie to bring some people joy. People put, you know, whether you like it or not, people put a lot of hard work and love into it. That's how I feel with K-pop Demon Hunters. It was not for me. I really didn't enjoy it, but it wasn't for me. I couldn't get into it. Fighting Suicune? Yeah, dude. Since you're married, can I have some advice? I don't know, man. Just be nice to each other. Like, the dumb thing is, like, if me and my wife have this rule, if we ever start to get into a fight, if our feelings get hurt, this is a good thing, I guess. If you're ever talking to your partner and your feelings start to get hurt, just say, hey, you're hurting my feelings. And if that person loves you, they'll almost always be like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And you start to realize like you and your feelings matter more than any arbitrary semantic fight that usually you fight about the dumbest shit. Like usually you're stressed out about groceries or life or whatever. It's almost always super dumb. You just yeah. So like me and my wife always say like if me and my wife, it's a joke, but we'll say like, please be nice to me. If our feelings start to get hurt, we'll say, please be nice to me. And it's such a vulnerable phrase. We'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Of course I'll be nice to you. Know, that's all I want to do, you know. But I'm 21. Yeah, you know, you have plenty of time. There's no, yeah. That's my question yet? Oh fuck. Okay, never mind. That's your question. I don't know if I'm not the guy to ask for like, I don't know. Okay, maybe marriage advice. I can do like a marriage advice, maybe like emotional advice, whatever. Don't ask me for dating advice. I got lucky on that. I lucked out. Fuck dating. Dating sucks dick. If you're dating, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. Dating seems abysmal. Dating seems fucking like a horror movie in 2025. Holy shit. On this year's game of the year? Ooh, I don't know, man. It's a tough one. There's a lot of good games this year. Oh fuck. Oh shit. One sec. Okay, let me move these over here. We fixed it. There we go. I'm gonna sneeze, chat. Watch out. Dodge. Holy fuck. Sorry about that. Holy shit. I've heard good things about E33, but I haven't played it. There's a gal I'm into at the gym, checked all my boxes. She's absolutely ping. Okay, so you're telling me you like a girl, the only problem is that she's a Bengals fan. Oh, the only problem is the girl you're interested in is a fan of a team that's been historically dog shit and she's still a fan of them. So she's loyal. That's your problem? There's nothing. I know you're a Ravens fan and I know that the Ravens and the Bengals are technically rivals. We don't even have that much beef. Oh, they have a... She's loyal to a team with a young quarterback with no offensive line who keeps getting injured. And his team, his, like, franchise and organization, like, constantly disrespects him. Yet he's full of drip. That might be one of the biggest green flag. Like, it's a good question of what sports team your partner is into. Is could be green flags or red. Chiefs fan, red flag. Well, Chiefs fan within the past 5 years, red flag. Chiefs fan for 20 years, the greenest of green flags. Maybe 15 years. Jets fan. Now that's a funny one. Jets fan is a beige flag because they could be. This is gender neutral. They could be really loyal and really optimistic and positive in the worst situations, or they could fucking like being miserable and enjoy crashing out every Sunday. So it just depends. You know, misery loves. Is it misery loves company? Is it, you know, perseverance? It's a tough one. All right. All right, the catch event is over. It is time to submit our Pokemon. I don't know if I have anything worth submitting. My highest catch is a 141 Bellsprout, and my lowest catch is a 36. So, like, still above average, and like still both my catches above average. I feel like usually catch events, most people's catch events are gonna be like 40 at the lowest and like 130 at the highest. Like, so, like, honestly, this is an above average catch event in my opinion. I'm very happy with this. The only thing is, I don't think I got many 1x31 breeders. I got a fair bit of breeders that were like 20 plus and a bunch of stats. I got, okay, that's so unlucky, but you know, it is what it is. Out of 23 Bellsprouts, I caught one 1x31. But honestly, maybe that's for the better because I don't really need any more. I don't need to clog up my PC spaces anymore. So you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. I'm going to throw it over to my breeder's box. Yeah, that's the event concluded. I'll see you guys with the catch event results here in a quick sec. Gotta watch the series. You gotta watch the Iron Man series to see the Eevee. I have a deal with my wife that I'll watch the reality TV show if she'll watch the sports. There you go. That's a good fucking, that's compromise. Yeah, just whisper a mod and link the Pokemon. No, yeah, you won't get a response most likely. How'd the catch event go? I'd say above average. Nothing like crazy, Toad, but above average for me. Let's go ahead and check 25 plus. I probably do want to keep this. I probably want to keep this Jolly. Trying to get rid of more mons. I don't want to keep that, I don't think. I'm trying to get rid of more stuff. Like, this is tough. This probably gets kept. Ugh. I really don't. I actually like don't want to keep good stuff, which is funny, but all right, I think I end up releasing all of these Bellsprouts. Rest in peace. Say goodbye to them, fellas. See you later. Boom. And then these ones get moved over to our breeder box. We kept 4 out of the 23 total caught Bellsprouts. Catch events are, yeah, are just phenomenal for Iron Man. They encourage you to actually, most of my breeders come from catch events, you know. Night Shadow, I did that. It's in it's either it might be in this episode, Night Shadow, or one of the past. It might be in, it's either in Iron Man episode 23 or 24. Make sure if you didn't see them, guys, I have uploaded like 3 episodes in season 2 of the Iron Man. So I've uploaded Iron Man episode 21, 22, and 23. I think a lot of people might have missed them because I didn't upload them on a normal Sunday. They were on a different schedule, as well as they were uploaded kind of quickly. So if you're missing out on Iron Man episodes, make sure to go check those out if you want to watch them. Of course, if not, don't worry about it. But Iron Man episodes 21, 22, and 23 are, I think a lot of people might have missed them because they were just kind of under the radar. and release like during the holiday event? How are the odds to catch the Pokemon increased on its... No, they are not. No. A catch event is just like a communal event. There's no like in-game changes. It's a good question to ask. I'll be doing an Xmas prep guide at some point, guys. Yeah, but I do have. If you go watch 2024's Xmas prep guide, or I have a how to prepare for the event season in Pokemon this year. I do have guides on my channel, but I'll be doing a specific Xmas one coming up. Do. All the extra bell sprouts, you usually just release them. That's it's one of the weirdest things to teach new Pokemon players, and it's tough to learn. Like, you love your Pokemon, but you end up releasing a lot of Pokemon in Pokemon for sure. The Christmas event typically drops on Christmas, for better or for worse. I wish it, usually like on December 25th, on Christmas, on December 26th. I would say December 24th to December 26th. If the event drops on Christmas, I will not be streaming it live, guys. I will, I probably will be live on Christmas Eve. Say hi to you guys. See if the event drops, that sort of thing. Yeah, I would love for them to change the release of the events. I've been asking. We talked about it recently. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. We talked about it recently. I really like the idea. Events like school holidays. Yeah, I wish that if I were to, yeah. No, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I've been talking about it for years, and chat's talking about it now. Someone asked, when does the Christmas event usually drop? And it's usually somewhere between December 24th and December 26th, which is, to put it nicely, not ideal. I would love to see the event season schedule change to where the Halloween event drops on October 1st, and then it's like October 1st to October 15th, so then you can actually like go trick-or-treating with your kids, or have trick-or-treaters put out candy on Halloween. And then so Halloween event on like October 1st, or if you want to do October 15th to 30th, sure, probably 1st, so spread it out more. My ideal schedule is October 1st to October 15th, and then Christmas would be like start like December 20th, which is when a lot of people are off for school, off of work break. Maybe not quite yet for work break, but like people are starting to get off around December 20th, and then you have like the first 5 days to play the event before Christmas Day, where you're with family and loved ones. You don't have to like be on PokeMMO that day. I'd love to see October 1st to October 15th, December 20th to January 5th, which still interlaps New Year's, which is tough. And then Lunar New Year event can be whenever that is every single year, right? But I would love to see the dates changed for at least Christmas. And if people want to change, I don't know enough about Lunar New Year, obviously. If they want to change it for that, I'd love to see that as well. I would love to see the dates spread out a bit more for the holiday season, because it's just so overwhelming. It's so much. A lot of people quit. A lot of people burn out during events, after events. It's so much back to back, as well as the timing and IRL time. Christmas and the holidays are already busy as hell. Thanksgiving is coming up in 6 days as I'm recording this. Like, people are grocery shopping. People don't have time to be playing PokeMMO right now. And then Christmas comes around, like, people are wrapping presents, decorating, putting up lights, putting up the tree, ornaments, buying all these things. There's so much. I love PokeMMO. PokeMMO should not be on people's minds, to that. We have other things, and I love this game, but like I would love to change the schedule a bit to make it more viable for the average person. It just seems like an obvious, no-brainer to me, but I don't know, man. It is what it is, We're trying to have global chat open. The Staryu. I haven't heard about the Staryu event. I know about the Trubbish event and the Plusle catch event. I don't know anything about the Staryu catch event. I haven't heard about that. Yeah, no, it's Discover. It's worse for them. It's exactly. No, I super agree. I'm okay with the event still happening during the event, but it dropping on is a little wild. It's exactly. Yeah, exactly. I should have a very basic. I mean, the main, if you're looking for if you're on a main account, Dan, and looking for profit, Leppas kind of are the berry to, you know, the go-to berry. I blocked you because you keep spamming. Because the person was whispering me. You can't be like, hey, why did you block me? When your messages are, you live on YouTube? Hey, 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 hey. I know we're playing video games, we're playing an MMO, but please have some resemblance of social skills, please. We're out here trying to just hang out. Don't kill the vibe. I'll be sitting my parents over the fire roaring. Fucking, that's based. I respect that. There you go, man. And that, you know what? Like, I respect the, like, after open presence and blah, blah, blah. You could even type it in Twitch chat. Yeah, hey, hey, hey. Results usually take about 10 to 20 minutes. They have to, like, categorize everything. Sometimes earlier, you know, if we're lucky. Gotcha. That's so fair, Dan. The rest of the berries are used for. That might be a Wikipedia question. That's here. Let me try to find you a link. PokeMMO wiki berries. The PokeMMO Wikipedia is not perfect, but it's come a long way. Here you go. This should go through all the different berries, all their uses, I believe what seeds they yield / maybe take to grow. Let's see. Also farm in Johto. I don't know off the top of my head. Yes, we showed it off on stream, Tom. We talked about it on stream. The Iron Man Suicune. Gotta keep an eye out for catch event results. Yes, dude, the RuneScape wiki will spoil anybody. The RuneScape wiki is so it's the best. I was always on. I used to just read the RuneScape wiki. Like, that was one of the ways that I got really good at RuneScape was just reading the fucking wiki every day. I just, like, I would go page to page to link to. I would just read the wiki, man. Now I don't remember any of that knowledge, but you know, yeah, I just read the wiki, dude. It's so fun. What's up, Alpha? How you doing, dude? Do. We have flying cars, dude. That's real as shit. That's real as hell. How y'all doing? What's up, dude? Where's my outfit? Where you at in game? Are they doing drum rolls? Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna wait a sec till we have some more placements to do a little clip on it. Otherwise, they'll get delayed. All right, catch event results are coming in, fellas. In 4th place with the lowest score of 18. Someone in my Twitch chat had a 20, really close. One of their first catch events, I believe. Really close, man. Nice try. 18. I like the name, Z Shock. Congratulations, man. A really nice 4th place score. Wow. That's a pretty low 3rd place. 165. I feel like this event was pretty, like, under competitive because, you know, CHIKORITA is not exactly the most, like, competitively viable mon. You know, if people don't really care about 6 episode of Medium, so it was a good one for Iron Man, right? 3rd place with V2V 165. That's a pretty low 3rd place score. 2nd place, Frin Goat 167. I think a lot of people are also burnt out from, you know, Halloween event recently. And then but 1st place blew everybody out of the water with a 174. over to Ziri PT. Congratulations, man. Some insane winners, insane catches. Pretty low scoring event overall, but then first place just like was so above and beyond, man. Congrats to everybody who participated. Good luck to everybody next catch event. There are still tons of events coming up for this weekend. There's 2 more events this weekend, guys. Keep in mind, we got to just keep going and try our hand at the next one. Whew. All right, but that is going to be it for me today, fellas. A pretty quick stream. Just wanted to throw on for the catch event. I'll probably be live tomorrow, ideally. Either tomorrow or Sunday for one of the other catch events. I'll see which one I care about more. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe for daily PokeMMO videos every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below. If you're interested in that, if you like the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal, Venmo, all that jazz helps a ton. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and enjoy PokeMMO. I'll see you guys later. But for now, peace, Reno. Sorry guys, I just have a ton more work to do. I've been working on a project behind the scenes that takes a lot. Yesterday I worked on the same project for like 10 hours, and then I grocery shopped for 2 hours, went to it. My day just got depleted, so I gotta go try to keep working on that project. So I will see you guys later. I go find the I need to update my I'm sure you guys have probably noticed, we've been nice about it. I need to update my outro. My outro is wildly outdated. There are not nearly this many subs anymore, which is, you know, it was a good month back then. But I need to honestly, I usually will be lazy on these pages. If it's more subs than less, I don't mind keeping it up, so then people can kind of get shouted out for their support. I don't know. It's kind of nice. Anyways, I'm going to peace out. I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Peace, Reno.